Everything in this series has tracked a handful of numbers, an angle, a position, and a velocity. For the finale, we upgrade the object itself. Here is a metal rod, and what we care about is its temperature. Not one temperature, a temperature at every point along it. The unknown is no longer a number that changes in time. It is a whole curve that changes in time. That is called a field, and an equation for a field is a partial differential equation. The rule for heat could not be friendlier. Each point looks at its two neighbors and asks, am I hotter or colder than their average? Hotter and I cool down, colder and I warm up, in proportion at every point all at once.
That sounds less like new mathematics and more like gossip spreading down a row of seats.
It is exactly that, and watch what the gossip does to a spike of heat. Here is the move that makes the whole thing computable, and it should feel familiar. Chop the rod into a row of pieces and track one temperature per piece. Now look at what each piece obeys. Its temperature changes at a rate set by how far it sits below its neighbor's average. But that is just an ordinary differential equation, one per piece coupled to its neighbors. The scary partial differential equation has dissolved into a big family of the equations this series is built on. And if it is ordinary differential equations, we already own the machinery. Hand the whole row to our trusted stepper, completely unchanged. It does not know it is solving heat flow. It sees positions and slopes, 40 of them instead of 2. This trick has a name, the method of lines, and it is the front door to simulating fields. Discretize space, and march the result through time like everything else we have marched. So press play. A spiky, jagged temperature profile, and the stepper marching every grid point at once. The spikes melt first. Sharp corners are where a point differs most from its neighbors, so they feel the strongest pull. Then the broader hills sag, the valleys fill, and the whole curve relaxes toward one flat, even temperature. Heat flow is blurring. The same operation that softens a photograph is quietly solving a partial differential equation. Step back and look at what just happened. Slope fields taught us to read change, steppers taught us to march it, leapfrog taught us to march it honestly. And none of it had to be reinvented for a field. The toolkit scaled from 2 numbers to 40 without changing a line of the idea.
So the whole series was secretly preparing us for this.
It was. There is just one warning ode before we go. Fields punish greed. Take the time step, just a little too large for your grid, and the simulation does not drift politely off course. It detonates, a checkerboard of impossible temperatures, hot, cold, doubling every step until the arithmetic overflows. Every field simulation lives under a speed limit tying the time step to the grid spacing. Its name is the CFL condition, and that is all you need for now. Respect the speed limit, and the field behaves. And with that, this series closes, one door swinging open as it does. Through it, waves, which are Newton's law written on a field, stepped by leapfrog. Steady states you do not march toward, but relax into. Spots and stripes that paint themselves out of noise. And real-time smoke, built from 4 ideas you now already own. That is the next playlist, Simulating Fields. Same tools, bigger world.